how to make clip-ins like the ones I have. And if you have any questions, so let me know, okay? Because I'm loving these clip-ins. Like, I'm natural too. Hey y'all, it's Brittany Swope. I'm in the house, but yeah, it's Brittany, and today I want to show you guys how to make clip-in extensions. Clip-ins. Anyway, but I'm wearing clip-ins right now, and my hair is natural, and I'm wearing my clip-ins, okay? So if you have questions on how to place your clip-ins, how should you curve your hair to wear clip-ins, how you get them good curls like that, how you did your makeup, anything, ask. I'm here. I have time and all the opportunity. But yeah, just ask me. But anyway, we're gonna get started on my clip-ins, honey. This is actually my second time making clip-ins, and this time I'm doing it differently because I wasn't just crazy over how I did it the first time. It wasn't a good quality clip-in, and this, the way that I thought of, the way my mind got it put together, is a better way. But anyway, this is how I made them at first. I have two wefts on top of each other, and I just sewed them on top of each other, and then I sewed the clips onto the wefts. But it was too thick for me, and it was too lumpy, and it was just too thick. I know, I only have polish on one hand, but it was too thick. And the way that I'm going to show you is going to be a way that makes them lay flatter, and I think it makes it look less stringy. And if I have a picture of how my clip-ins looked the first time I made them, I'll show you. And you can see how my clip-ins are now. They look full, and the method that I'm going to be using to make these clip-ins will make your clip-ins look fuller without having to have a billion rows of clip-ins. So let's get started. Okay, so a few things you'll need making your clip-in extensions are a couple of clips, maybe 2 or 3 clips, a needle or more than one needle, thread. You won't need this much thread, but I use a lot of thread, so you'll need a spool of thread. You will need a weaving net. And when you take it out, because I already made my extensions with this, I already opened it. Barely any of it will be used. So you need some scissors or shears, and of course, number one thing you need is some hair. Okay. Anyway, but I've already made my extensions. You need wig clips. They look like this. So I'll be using some scrap hair to show you kind of how to measure your hair extensions for each section. For each section or each clip-in, you want to measure it around your head, and you don't want it to touch the very edge of your hairline. You want it to barely meet the hairline. You don't want it too long because your clips will be sticking out on the sides of your head. So make it shorter, make the width shorter than the distance between each side of your hairline, because you don't want your clips showing. Okay? Rewind. So that's how you measure your clip-ins. And after I measure how long I want it to be, I fold it in half. And then I cut. Then I would cut the end of it like so. It's folded, but when you fold it, you need to go ahead and cut it because you're not going to be able to keep it folded the way that I'm going to show you how to do it. And this method is to make it look fuller and to lay flatter without having to have a bunch of clip-ins. I use approximately like 23 clips. And I only use 2 bundles of hair. So I didn't use a lot of hair because I have a small face and I have a small head. I just don't like the 10 bundle look. It ain't for me. Okay, but if you do, you got a lot of work to do. 10 bundles, it's a lot of clip-ins. Anyway. So we're about to get started. So I have my weft measured out how I want it, and I have it folded, and I folded it and I cut it in half, and now I have these two wefts of hair. Well, now I'm going to fold this rectangle in half, like so. I'll place my clip on there just to hold it in place. Then we'll do the other end. In the net. So now I have this piece, and I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to thread my needle. I'm going to set the net on top of it, and I'm going, but the net needs to be in front of the weft, and we're going to sew it at the very bottom. Okay, now that I've sewed this on here, I'm gonna cut the end thread and just tie it in a knot. And I'm gonna cut the remaining thread off to maybe like ½ a centimeter. I'm not gonna cut it all the way down to the knot because then the knot will come loose. And I will show you, and you can remove your clips now. This is what it looks like now. You can see I sewed the net on top of the weft. Okay? And now I'm gonna take the other half of my weft of the net like this. So it's gonna be right on top. And the weft is on top of the net. That's how I have it laying down. And I'm going to lay this piece exactly over. Make sure you have a knot on the end of your thread. I cut the end of it. I'm going to tie a knot. And I'm going to cut this, but I'm not going to cut it all the way at the bottom of it. Now this is how it looks. Right now. And then we're going to sew the clips on. And the reason this way makes the hair more full is because in one clip-in you still have two wefts, but they're not right on top of each other, and with them being on top of each other, it makes it look stringy and not spread out. So with me putting this space in between, makes the extensions more spread out. Okay, I've sewn 2 clips on already, but I'm going to show you how I sewed on those clips on this last clip. And I face the teeth facing me on the clip, and this is the clip. The teeth are facing me and the opposite side is facing the netting. And always make sure you have a knot at the end of your thread. And I'm going to start with the bottom left. So teeth facing me, the back facing that, and we're just going to line the top of the clip up with the top of the top weft and the netting. And I'm just going to take it underneath the net and through the hole at the bottom left. And make sure I'm putting the needle through the 2 pieces of thread. And I'm going to take it under the netting and over the weft for the top, and then we're going to go to the top right and do the same thing. Go under the weft and the netting and go through the hole on the clip. Then we're going to do the bottom right hole and go underneath the netting and go through the hole, and that's it. And we're going to cut this and tie a knot. And I tie it like 2 or 3 times, just like a shoelace knot without the bows. And that's it, and this is the clip-in. And I mean, it could be pretty tedious. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and remember to subscribe, like, and comment. And if there's any questions you want to ask, and if you're shy, thumbs first. Let me take that selfie. I got all dressed up for y'all. Well, not dressed up, I have on the robe. I got my makeup on for y'all.